Om Shanti. This is the time for all the souls to return home. Om Shanti. Baba has given us, this is the time, directions for all the souls to return home, to reach to the stage of purity. Baba has purity given us, of eternal this self. Is the time, directions for all the souls to return home, to reach to, so becoming the stage of purity. Baba has given us eternal. This is the time, direction. Body is just a chariot. I am a pure soul, a point of light. Detached from body, the vibrations of purity through my stage of purity have to spread all over, first towards my own body. Especially at this time when there is so much suffering. There's so much fear. So through vibrations of purity, I just make a beautiful aura of light around me. But also good wishes and pure feelings for everyone. I connect with Baba, one who is Supreme Soul and is Almighty. I take power from Baba and it is with purity that I hold all the powers of Baba. I take Baba's light, Baba's power, and connect the souls with Baba. All of us need Baba's power. So keep taking power from Baba. even if I am protected by Baba's light and might. But also it is time of settling karmic accounts of present life and many, many past lives. So I stay in Baba's remembrance and create this fire of yoga so that I can burn the traces of impurity, impurity of any kind, so that I am free and also have determined thought that before I reached to my stage of complete purity and I'm ready to go home, I have been able to use my every thought, every breath, every moment in worthwhile way. It could be remembrance of Baba or serving the souls of the world. I share Baba's love and power, especially the souls within Brahmin family who are settling in many different ways. Few minutes especially for all the souls, those who need help at this time. It is delicate time, time of the end of drama. So Baba wants us to prepare the stage of complete purity to return home. Because as is the end, so will be the beginning, my original home. So constantly maintain the awareness that I, the eternal soul, has to be completely pure so that I can return home without any sufferings, any punishment. My mind and intellect are with Baba, one who is ever pure, one who is my guide. Remain merged in Baba as ocean of love, ocean of peace. Let us take Drishti from Baba.
भावना शुभ कामना अनुभवी होना और दृष्टि क्या होगी हर आत्मा को आत्मा रूप में देखना आत्मक स्मृति से बोलना चलना चार्ट पे सुना रहे हैं डिटेल तो आप भाषण कर सकते हो और कृति अर्थात कर्म में सुख लेना सुख देना ये चेक करो मेरी वृद्धि दृष्टि कृति इसी प्रमाण है सुख लेना दुख नहीं लेना
Om Shanti. Om Shanti. When we sit with Baba, we are able to feel, notice that is my mind totally with Baba. And that stage is called Man Mana Bhava. That my mind is totally with Baba. And then also my intellect is connected with Baba. And whether we sit for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, for 1 hour, but we have to notice that if mind is not focused or is not totally with Baba, then what kind of thoughts come in the mind, where the mind is pulled. And same we should notice with the intellect, that where intellect is pulled. Is it pulled towards a human being or a situation or something in my own sanskars? It is good to, keep chart of that, because then you come to know that where you have some kind of impurities, some kind of sanskars or karmic accounts from the past. So when you become aware, then your efforts will be in that direction also. Because today I'm going to talk about what Baba calls as Baba says when you are deity, then you are 16 celestial degrees pure. And then Baba said, you are viceless and all virtuous. So purity we know is to be free from all the vices. One is from the vices, other is what we have done in the past in body consciousness. With all these vices, those are negative actions. Some are sinful actions. So all those sinful actions, they have to be burned in fire of yoga. And that is where a lot of settling of karmic accounts happen. So not only settling, we have to spend all the time, but also now is the time to create elevated actions, to create elevated and divine sanskars in us. So when we say viceless, actually, when I start my part, all of us in the beginning of golden age, yeah, we are perfect in purity, 100% love, peace. We are full souls. And then we take birth, rebirth. Gradually, our degrees of purity are reducing from 16 to 14 to 12. And then this is where first, first thing which happened in the form of impurity is that I lose my identity in the sense of becoming more aware of body, that identify yourself with the body. So body consciousness begins. And slowly that body consciousness then changes into vices. So that is why when Baba comes, one of the main practice Baba gives us and the awareness Baba wants us to create is that I am soul, soul consciousness. So we will take this practice, as Baba also just now said, look at everyone as a soul, interact with everyone as a soul. So soul consciousness in action, not only soul consciousness when I'm sitting, but soul consciousness whole day while using my body, looking at others. And as Baba said, most important then, when you are in soul consciousness, just give good wishes to everyone and give happiness, take happiness, don't take sorrow. For little things, sometimes we take sorrow. And when we take sorrow, then it's not a waste of time. Your thoughts, energy goes waste. So when Baba says we have to be pure, so as I said, one is viceless, other is settling all past karma, sinful karmas, wrong actions. So at present, soul conscious stage is very important. And especially at this time, as Baba has given us time, let's practice whole day as many times. Just remind yourself, I am a soul, I am talking to another soul. Anyone, even in Lokik relationships, they don't need to be aware of what you're doing. But if you do it, I think they will also receive lot of good wishes and powerful vibrations. So when the body consciousness begins, that's where cooperage. And from body consciousness, as it grows, then comes all the vices. And I know that we all know about five vices, right? The first is that kind of body attracts through the senses, sense organ, to take different pleasures. It could be food, it could be, as Baba said, lust, it could be physical contact. It's like the soul, the body pulls the soul more than the soul pulls the body. So in body consciousness, then lust means all kinds of desires emerge. And when desires are not fulfilled, because desires can never be fulfilled, right? because there will be one after another. Then anger comes. Even today, we can say in Baba's children, there is no anger as anger, but you can see sometimes there is some kind of suppressed anger inside. And that is because expectations are not fulfilled. Then little bit sorrow comes, little bit disappointment comes. But now is not the time for that. Now is the time when we say complete purity. So how, when Baba had been saying in Murli, make your body, sense organs very calm, mind very peaceful, very quiet, and not take sorrow. And also all are Baba's children, right? Every actor has one's own part to play. But then when we start expecting because of roles we play, because of responsibilities, whatever reason, we did it, it's all right. But now time to change. Because what you're doing is you're not only taking sorrow, but a lot of your thoughts are going waste. So it could also be because it's karmic accounts there. Sometimes you lend someone money and they don't give you back, or you lose money, so you call it karmic account. So it could be with the wealth, but lot happens through the mind, through the thoughts. So everyone at this time, even we are very fortunate that we are able to connect every evening because there is so much loneliness, so much sadness. But Baba is keeping us together. We can look at each other, we can share. And Baba's love, it's really, really, I feel it's Baba's gift to us. But internally, just remind yourself that anyone, whether you are staying with Lokiks, you are staying with other Brahmins in a bhavan or at center, but don't waste your thoughts because those vibrations can make atmosphere very heavy. Not only that, but I'm not serving. If vibrations are not good, if you are still a wasteful thoughts, so not to have any wasteful thought or any kind of subtle irritation or impatience. Sometimes anger could be in the form of irritation. And it is important that whatever we do should be perfect, whatever we do should be according to Yagya. But the way Mama explained everyone, and Baba's set example was in a very sweet way, in a very practical way, not with any force. Whether someone is younger to you, or someone is older to you, or someone is equal to you, but creates such lovely relationship of soul consciousness so that there is no anger. I remember that one time, few years ago, Dadi Prakashmani had given us to write a chart where she said, lust, yes, you have conquered. Maybe there are some subtle desires. Like even these days, everyone is so pulled. And there are so many opportunities to give courses. I said, okay, do it, but not, this is the time really to prepare ourselves with more tapasya, more silence. So anger of any kind, anything, impatience also. So that sweetness, that calmness, that peace, because that is what the originals, that is what the eternal self is. That means when there is purity, then there has to be peace. No? Once Baba had said, if there is any kind of disturbance in the mind, that's impurity. And that's karmic account because someone is taking away my sweetness, someone is taking away my calmness. So with that soul, I have to have lot of good wishes, lot of vision of soul consciousness, because instead of, really think in a subtle way that I don't want to settle by wasting thoughts, right? I have to use thoughts in a worthwhile way. So if you have pure and good wishes for the soul, then you are able to settle also. A lot of settling happens. And then third is lust, anger, then is greed. Mm. Greed also maybe, yes, we say everything belongs to Baba, it's Baba's, but also subtly sometimes there is kind of possessions over some things. But we have to be, no, everything belongs to Baba and it's Baba's. Baba gives and we have to use it for Baba. Then fourth is attachment. Attachment will always cause sorrow, any kind of attachment. So it has to be changed into soul conscious relationships. And the test will come physically, some very near souls, whether in Brahmin family, Lokik family, getting physically sick, But at that time, what is my duty? In soul consciousness, in remembrance of Baba, give power to that soul and help in such a way with powerful vibrations that that soul feel relief and feel strong in your presence. But if you feel sad, you sit and cry, or you keep worrying about it, it's going to damage more. Right? Even now, when I came here to meditate, I got the news one of the Brahmin soul, very close to Baba, not very old to in body, is not too well. So we keep getting these days more news of this. So we can't have attachment because it's not going to help me nor help them. And if we are on service to our family Lokik or a Lokik, what is most important is to be detached and share power, strength to that soul, so that your presence can help that soul to settle whatever it is in a very peaceful way. You can see what is happening in the world today. Nothing can be predicted that what's going to happen tomorrow to the world, to my own self, or to the body, to anyone. But internally maintaining that I have to be detached in soul consciousness, maintain good wishes, don't take sorrow. And then, of course, fifth one is ego. Ego is quite a big force, which is so subtle, so subtle. But keep having self respect. What Baba says for us, you keep reminding yourself of what Baba has told me, what I am becoming. As much there is self respect, automatically arrogance of any kind. If I have a quality, if I have a speciality, Baba has given me so that I can use it for service. So I'm thankful to Baba for that. So when we say viceless, actually, it is all five. And I think we all know that very well. But they emerge in a very, very subtle form, and which we might not know that this is anger. So whatever is there, it's always good before sleeping. Give you a chart, not necessarily you have to write it. How was your day and how was your state of mind? How was your yoga? In general way, talk to Baba. And if there is something which was of more concern to you, which is possible, but this time, no concerns because you're wasting a lot of time and energy. Rather, take power from Baba. Let the things be better. Let the everything gets successful, or others get power from me. That's kind of service which is required now. So when we become viceless, then we say, if you are truly viceless, then you are also, your virtues are increasing, all virtuous, viceless and all virtuous. They are two separate things. Like you clean something, then you decorate it. So same is life about that. As much I'm not just only removing vices, but enthusiasm. There is very pure wishes. It's not you just become very quiet and shut down and say, "Oh, I don't have any desires." But we should say, "No, I want well-being of everyone. I want everyone gets Baba's message. I want everyone to have good wishes for each other." So this way you have those pure feelings, pure wishes to serve all the time, or also for your own self. So, virtues, all the virtues, patience is very important. Patience with yourself, with people, with the time. Sometimes you need to have patience with the time, because someone was saying, "Ask Baba to give me a few more hours." I said, "It won't make difference. Whatever time we have, just make timetable." Mm. Even for me, there was a time like after 9, I generally didn't like to talk about anything, even about service. When centers call, I said, "No, before 9, because now is the time to withdraw, think of home, sleep with Baba." But these days it becomes 10 by the time, and then others are still active around. But timetable is very important. As much we think it's important to wake up early in the morning, same is with the sleep. But also we have to complete whatever we have to do is also very, very important. So virtues, all virtues. So when we are in soul consciousness, the way we will grow with virtues will be different than just ordinary virtues. Once I was asking Mama, what is the difference between virtues, godly virtues, and divine virtues? Because even there are some people in Lokik world, they are very sweet, they have lot of love, lot of patience, but sometimes even Baba's children, they don't have that much inner stability or patience or that much loving nature. So I asked Mama, look at them. Mama said that is from their sanskar. That means in past birth they did something very good, and so they still have those sanskars, those virtues. But when you come to Baba, then Baba is the ocean. So love which Baba has taught us, love which we have, is different than a Lokik person. So our virtues are based on soul consciousness. And then as much we use godly virtues, they become divine virtues. Divine virtue means your divinity from purity. And then in golden age, we have divine virtues. We cannot say deities have godly virtues. Brahmins have godly virtues. And we interact, our activities. And that is why in blessing, there is always a virtue or dharana. So whole day we should pay attention. So what I would suggest that we will take the practice, right? The practice is of soul consciousness. And in soul consciousness, you see how your thoughts are changing, and is any virtue is emerging in a very natural way. Love will emerge, peace will emerge, inner joy will emerge. Like you will internally feel that virtue is not from your intellect. but that virtue is emerging in soul consciousness. So as much we pay attention to be viceless, that much pay attention to experience, to cultivate and use those virtues in our lives. Like you feel in soul consciousness, lots of deep love for the souls, natural love for the souls. I know sometimes there is not that much time because so many calls come and so many things. But when I get a thought and I said, okay, call this, I'm seeing that soul in the evening program. Is that one well or not? So after program, then we make few calls and we find they needed that call because there was something going on. So anything which will come from soul consciousness, it automatically will be making you not only charitable, but you fulfilling the need of souls. It's not I just make call and I have to talk. I just said no. Let's see. So what I will suggest at this time, because it's critical. Time is serious, right? So complete purity and all virtues will help us to progress on our journey. Plus, I think we all have to remember that we have to keep well. And one of that best way is spiritually, if you are well. That means your thoughts with Baba, no hopelessness, no worry, your intellect with Baba. So more you are in soul consciousness and with Baba, you will find that you will help others and you will be able to help yourself also. So think about that complete purity means 16 celestial degrees, but then to be viceless and also to be all virtuous is very important because remembrance of Baba works as fire. But anything happen, just remember time for settling. But while settling, don't battle, don't be battling. Why this happened, shouldn't happen, why to this one? Just fully stop. It is happening. Let me remember Baba so that settling happens smoothly. But also at same time, if I can do any charitable action in any way, I can help anyone in a physical way or whatever little needs are here, there, that also you creating elevated actions. So same time settling, but also same time creating elevated actions is very, very important at this time because we have to carry that account of elevated actions, pure actions. I find many little opportunities where you can create elevated actions also. Even simply, uh, I know somebody just wrote, do you all need something? We can order from Amazon. No, it's just a gesture. If I need it, Baba needs it here, we will say. Otherwise, also, it's such a good feelings, right? So we all are together. It's one family, feeling of belonging. And within family, but also we think, like we last, I think in month of January, I had this thought that we create a booklet on purity because that time nothing much was happening. But I don't know, I had this feeling that if people know purity in their lives, it could really help them. So we thought we will take little portions from Baba's Murlis about purity. And a few sisters start writing, and we gave it to, just make it a compile it and see. Because I thought to print 500, 1,000 books, little booklets on purity and give as a gift anyone who comes. If it will strike them and they become pure. So it's a elevated thought, and of course it's going to happen soon. But I'm just saying that any beautiful such charitable thoughts come where we can help the souls, I think also is creating our fortune at this time. So remember, our practice for tomorrow is what Baba said, that pure attitude, pure drishti, and that is soul consciousness, as much as we can do tomorrow. And our interaction, all that should be in soul consciousness, and see that how not even a single thought is wasted. And your mind will become more clean, there will be more concentration, and everything you will find, especially when you sit in yoga or during the day. That I wanted to say that yesterday I was also a little bit surprised, but midnight or since morning I said, "Oh, you all visited here. Huh? Did you all come here? You all came." So I was so happy. And then when I heard the intent of the souls or soul, and then souls had this thought that our all centers are empty now. No, nobody can go. So she thought we all can visit as angels in that space, like you all came to Harmony House. You can see where we all travel together. So it's not just showing picture of places, but you are visiting that space, because physically we cannot go, but we can go as an angel. So that's the purpose of showing you some of these places in different countries. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Let's visit our homes in the Americas and the Caribbean. Today we all will fly to South America. Let's go to Paraguay. But wait, there is one puzzle for you. You need to find out one unique speciality of the center.
उनको दिखाओ ना अगर है. Om Shanti. How was your visit to Uruguay? I had been to Uruguay. I haven't been to, it's near Argentina. And now we will show. Just raise your hand. Okay. Huh? Okay, we're trying to. Okay. Next time, right. Om Shanti. Beautiful place. Very beautiful. Congratulations. Where is your mom? Where is sister? Hmm? Oh, yes. Karo. Nice to meet you. Welcome to New York. How was, we had good visit there. Thank you. Om Shanti. Chalo. Hmm. Okay. Om Shanti. Om Shanti. Mhm. Okay. So I'm going to read the blessing for tomorrow. Our practice is soul consciousness, but the blessing, may you be experienced in super sensitive joy. And that joy comes from soul consciousness. Super sensuous joy means inner joy which is not experienced through any senses. Because we talked about senses yesterday, right? It's not because I ate something nice, so I'm very joyful, or I saw something, I'm very happy now. Super senses joy means inner joy which is not through senses. Experience is super senses joy by merging in the ocean of knowledge with your pure and positive thoughts. By merging in the ocean of knowledge with your pure and positive thoughts. The creatures that live in an ocean remain merged in the ocean and do not wish to come out. Fish stay in the water. The ocean and water are its world. Fish to be in the water. In the same way, you children also, with your pure and positive thoughts, remain constantly merged in the Father, the ocean of knowledge. In the same way, you children too, with your pure and positive thoughts, remain constantly able to experience swinging in the swing of super sensitive.